So welcome everyone. So we're going to come to a comfy seated position. Just going to spotlight. Oh, kidokily. All right, so you're going to need some pillows or some things to get you comfy as we go. Sometimes nice to sit up on a pillow to get the hips to open up. If you always have the same leg automatically going in front, switching around to the other leg. So let's just to get our spine maybe loosened up a little bit, a few cow and cat from seated. So inhale, have the chest reaching forward, the shoulders opening up. And exhale, letting the shoulders come forward, rounding the back. Seeing how full you can make your inhale, how slow you can make your exhale. Good. And I'm coming all the way up. Let's inhale, reaching our arms overhead. Then as you exhale, keep the spine long and have the arms just floating down. Letting the shoulders relax at the end. Maybe bringing your sort of upper back into it by looking up. And on the exhale, slowly letting your head kind of round forward a little bit. And as you go, really feel like you're reaching with your arms, opening up your chest on the way up. And again, on the way down, really reaching with your arms. This time, let's bring our hands together. And then exhale them down to heart center, maybe pressing into your chest a little bit. So feeling those, let's do a little shoulder rolls, just getting the shoulders to relax a little bit. Do I inhale up, exhale, just let them melt. So looking down at the floor or closing your eyes. And bringing your attention to your lower belly. So on the inhale, feel your lower belly expanding as your diaphragm pulls down. And on the exhale, just feel that gentle letting go of the air, shoulders relaxed. Bringing all your attention to this just gentle sensation of breathing. Good. Letting your arms come on down. Just do some gentle wrist circles, trying to keep the same type of feeling in your breath. Switching directions with your wrist circles, maybe getting your fingers involved. And when you're ready, let's come on to your hands and knees. Just doing some gentle cow and cat, so that same feeling. Now inhale to arch your back, feeling your whole core expanding. And as you exhale, rounding your back. Going nice and slow and full with your breath. Wonderful. Let's do the one where you inhale a long spine, then exhale, letting your hip go one way, looking over the other shoulder. Inhale back through center, exhale going the other way, getting a nice side bend. Good. Going to get a little bit twisty in the spine, so bending one elbow, looking the opposite way to twist your upper back. Inhale through center, and exhale going the other way. Seeing how this gentle movement of your head might create a ripple effect down your spine, just gently kind of wringing things out. So coming back just up to normal, let's just let our hips go side to side a moment or two. And in a minute or two, we're going to be coming into child's pose. So just to get our hips ready, lifting up one knee and just doing some little circles with that knee, just kind of giving the hips some advanced warning. Maybe letting the hip go forward and back a little bit. And then the other side, just sort of doing whatever little movements with the hip, little circles. Going to get it ready. And then trying that feeling of just the knee going back and forth a little bit. Okay, so let's see what the first pose feels like. So bringing your knees apart, maybe grabbing a pillow if you like, settling back into your child's pose, getting your arms reaching forward if that feels okay, or bent elbows, whatever you like. And getting that nice sort of sinky feeling, a heavy feeling in your hips. So finding a version of the pose where you feel a stretch, but no pain. And then when you're ready, coming into stillness, letting everything melt. And then focusing on your breath again. Noticing the parts of your body that are expanding outward on the inhale. And on your exhale, just letting everything that you can melt downwards. If you like, and if your body agrees, let's have this become a bit of a side bend. So bending in your right elbow a little bit so that your left arm can sort of reach towards the right. So you're getting a big stretch up the left side of your body, if that's okay. So feeling your hips are still sinking downwards, but you're getting a big stretch up the left sort of flank of your body. Careful, bringing everything back through center and just getting that bendy feeling out of your left side, just having both arms reaching forward so you feel straight in your spine for a moment or two. And then when you're ready, bending in your left elbow so you can reach your right arm towards the left till you get a big stretch up the right side of your body. Again, feeling your hips nice and planted like the roots of a plant. And then imagine your whole flank and arm like a plant growing out of its roots, just getting a nice reaching feeling. When you're ready, bringing everything back through center and just doing one final long stretch in your child's pose, getting out of it, the last little drops. And then when you're ready, let's make our way back up onto our hands and knees and just doing whatever feels good. Maybe having your hips sway side to side. Maybe lengthening out one leg and then the other, whatever feels like a bit of a relief. I feel like lengthening out a leg and then rounding my back. That feels good. Just doing whatever your body wants you to do. And then we're just going to loosen up our pelvis. So imagine there's a pencil that's attached to your tailbone and you're trying to draw a circle on the back wall. So you're taking your pelvis in a circle one direction. Just trying to really sort of loosen up the lower back by getting kind of freedom in the pelvis. And it can be little circles, just really try and make it a smooth circle. See if if like a record player, there's any areas that are kind of bumping or hopping, and try and smooth them out. And then switching directions the other way. Wonderful. One final piece of the puzzle, just a few more hips side to side feeling. I just want the outside of your leg and hip getting a little bit of a hello. Good, wonderful. So now we're going to sit down on our right hip and get both of our legs kind of into a right angle. So both of your knees are bent, making kind of right angles if you can. Good. So we're going to get up nice and tall in our spine. This first one might be a little intense. See if you can start to kind of bring your body a bit forward over your front leg. And I'm finding this is very intense underneath my front knee. You might feel it in your front hip. Just going with a little exploration of what it feels like as you bring your body sort of over your front leg. So once you feel something exciting, just relaxing into it, breathing deep. We won't be here that long. So we don't want pain. We just want to be like, oh, okay, that's a movement in a direction I don't normally do. That's a little stiff. So find the stiffness and just kind of breathe into it, but no pain. And then slowly we're going to come out of that. This one should feel a little nicer, having a pillow if you want, because we're going to lean onto this right arm or elbow to get a nice stretch through the back leg quad up into the hip flexor. Maybe taking your left arm and reaching it overhead, maybe letting that arm flop. So what we're going for is a nice stretch up that left quad through the left hip flexor all the way up through the left side body, maybe the left underarm and triceps. So see what you can get out of this one. And then when you feel a stretch, just breathing deep. Seeing if you can use just the weight of your kind of dangling overhead arm to just kind of pull out the lats and the underarm, if that feels okay. And very slowly on an inhale, kind of go in reverse, coming out of this. One final thing we're going to do is get a little bit of a twist. So twisting slightly towards your right shoulder. That feels okay. So you're getting just a more midsection. Just gonna hold this for a moment or two. Feeling almost like you're kind of wringing out your very center. On your next inhale, coming back through center, let's grab this back leg and just do whatever you like before we do the other side. I feel like just letting my legs shake out, flop side to side a bit. Just do whatever feels like a little holiday, a little relief. And then when you're ready, we're going to set up on the other side. So both knees are bent, kind of like two right angles. And then getting up nice and tall in your spine, and then trying to tip forward a bit so that you're feeling quite a bit in the front leg, parts that's touching the ground likely. Maybe you feel this in your lower back. Coming into stillness once you feel that stretch, but no pain. And then just trying to relax into it, breathing deep. Your next inhale, slowly coming out. We're going to do that thing where we rest on either your left hand or left elbow to reach the right arm overhead. Maybe just having it on your head, just whatever works. If your shoulder doesn't love it, your arm can be down, just whatever gives you a big stretch through now the right quad, right hip flexors, and side body. Once you're there, just breathing deep, letting sort of gravity and time work its magic. And on your next inhale, slowly coming back up. And then just experiment with the feeling of gently twisting to look over your left shoulder. This might get more intense in the right groin. Just seeing what needs a little stretch and just breathing into it. Your next inhale, we're going to come out of this. I feel like we need to come onto our backs and do something lovely. So coming onto your backs in your own time, And then I feel like just hugging in my knees and rolling side to side, but you do whatever your body wants you to do, whatever your automatic pilot just starts doing, do that. Good, wonderful. So if you're not here already, let's hug in our knees for a minute. And then we're going to keep our right knee hugged in and let our left leg lengthen out, giving that left leg a little bit of a shake. It's probably going to enjoy just being able to lay there. And this right knee, let's take it in some circles. So we're loosening up the hip, but also trying to massage the pelvis and the lower back and the hip, all the areas we were just sort of asking a lot of. Just try and soften those areas now with a bit of movement. Good, and switching directions. Wonderful. And then letting that leg slowly meet the other one, letting your arms flop open. And just breathing deep for a moment or two, kind of enjoying the floppy feeling in your body. And when you're ready, walking up your knees again, giving them a hug. Doing a few sort of inhale to let your knees travel away, exhale to hug them in, pressing out the air. Good. Then when you're ready, stretching out that right leg, letting it go floppy, just kind of giving it a little shake. And taking that left knee in a circle outwards. Really feel like we're trying to make things smooth. Switching directions. Wonderful. And lengthening out that leg, reaching your arms overhead, arching your back, flexing your feet, getting a nice long full body stretch. Maybe tucking your chin a little bit. So you're getting a really big sort of long body stretch, letting your lower back come off the floor if that feels okay. Taking a nice big inhale, and then as you exhale, walking your knees in again, exhaling to press the air out. Good. Then we're going to do some windshield wipers. So letting your arms flop open, just letting your knees go side to side, so flopping one way on the exhale, inhale through center, exhale, flop the other way. Maybe experimenting with how far apart your feet are and how that changes things. Wonderful. So we're going to set up for a twist. So having your knees bent and just picking up your hips and placing them to one side to let your knees flop the other direction. Taking a moment to just make sure your shoulders and arms are heavy and relaxed. Maybe letting your head roll from side to side a little bit until it finds the place it wants to be. Just taking some deep breaths on the exhale, feel your whole upper body just melting into the floor. And on your next exhale, feel your hips and legs getting really heavy, just melting down, letting go. And then bring your attention to kind of your mid body and feel the parts of your body that are expanding on the inhale and then melting on the exhale. On a inhale, start to think about bringing your knees back to center, doing that when it feels right, doing something that gets your spine kind of untwisted. And when you're ready, no hurry, sort of shushing your hips the other direction to let your knees fall the other way. Bringing your attention to your upper body, Making sure that there's no tension in your upper back, maybe letting your head roll from side to side a little bit till it finds a happy spot. Taking in a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, letting those shoulders and arms melt into the floor. On your next exhale, letting your hips and legs get heavy, letting go. And then bring your attention to your mid body, feeling that inhale gently expanding, and things just falling downward, letting go on the exhale. And inhale, bringing your knees slowly back to center and doing whatever your body wants you to do next, whatever gets your spine straightened out. We're going to be moving into Shavasana soon, but it'd be good if you could do one more, hugging up your knees into your chest. Taking out nice big inhale as you tuck those knees in. And then on the exhale, letting everything flop open into Shavasana. So closing your eyes and taking nice deep breaths, feeling your lower belly expand, and almost feel like on the expansion of your inhale, you feel your hip flexors expanding. And on the exhale, just feel everything letting go, melting downwards. Slowly letting your body move or stretch out however feels good. If you've got the time, stay in Shavasana. But if you need to move on with your day, bending your knees and rolling onto your side. And making your way back up to seated. We're just going to focus on our breath for another moment or two. So closing your eyes or looking down at the floor. Feel on the inhale a growing upward, a nice strong feeling in your spine. And on the exhale, feel like a calm settling down through the shoulders and hips. Namaste. Stop the recording.